Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are continuing on our mixing journey using some of these Stax mixed chains on the various buses of this original song of mine called Don't Give Up. So I'm in the process now of I'm just trying to pull up this video so I can reply on my phone here. I am in the process of applying some reverb to the vocals. Now, I do have this NLS bus console here, and you can see it's got three different consoles. It's got the Neve. I'm not really sure who these other people are at the moment. I just can't think of it, but it's kind of cool. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it because I actually recorded through an analog console at the time, although mixing back would be coming back through the console. So, and I'm not sure if I need it just yet. I'm going to try this reverb first and see how the lead vocal starts sitting into the mix before I try that again. So, let's see here. Looking for it, but I don't see it yet. Here we go. There I am. Yay, me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with applying the reverb to the lead vocal bus. And then I'm going to move on to the backing vocals. And then we got to get this bass situation. So let me shrink my head. I'll go up here in the corner where I belong. And you'll see right here, I've got the lead vocal bus. So I know this, I've got two. I basically copied the file of my lead vocal and also put it here in the mix. So that way, if I do, as I'm going down the road here, and then I've got these two going into this mix bus. So they're all being affected by this right here. I did a little gain staging to make sure nothing was too crazy. And so that way, if as I continue to affect and treat all of the other buses, if I need a little oomph, I've got this second vocal here. So, okay, we're working on reverb. And I'll start sharing these chains as well. Sorry, my animals are circling me like sharks because they're hungry. So here's what I've got. I got a little de-esser. I'm just using Logic's de-esser on the lead vocal. I've got, I pulled up a channel linear EQ because I just wanted to do a high pass filter up to about one. I got it kind of up to 200 here, which doesn't really need to be like that. Let me fix this guy here. So somewhere about 120 up to 200 is okay, honestly. A low pass filter just because I want to make sure as I continue to do all the EQing on these instruments that I'm starting to get anything like guitars, vocals, keyboards, get that low end out of the way so that the bass and the kick drum can occupy that. So I've done that, and then we've got the Pultec EQ P1A. Here you can see I've just boosted a little around 5K, and I've attenuated a little bit around 30, which is actually not even necessary because I've already did the high pass filter. I don't know why I did that. And then for compression, we've got the LA2A, the go-to for even a lot of modern day mixes. And really, I just am compressing the vocals between about 1 and 3. 3 being the absolute highest on the big part of the vocals, and I've already attended to that, so this is about the right setting for this recording. And then we've got, of course, we've got tape, a must for that old school sound. This is Wave's J37 tape that is kind of emulates, is close to the Ampex 351 tape machine that they used back in the day. All right, so let's get to this. Let's get to some reverb. Okay, so let me make sure I've got my, here's my notes. I'm just making sure. Okay. So as you can see, I've already got a couple of sends here because I went back and I redid this mix from bottom up, put all the sliders down. We bounced the tracks. What I did is I got all the sliders down, took off all the effects, balance the tracks with no effects whatsoever, do the whole song using also automation, literally taking segment by segment, verse 1, pre-chorus, the chorus, and the refrain, do the whole song. So that's done. And then I went back and I started doing some panning, again with no effects. Then I came over here and I treated the mix bus. So in a sense, I'm kind of mixing everything into this mix bus. I used some reference tracks. I'm using the Emotions Blind Alley, which if you don't know the Emotions, I highly recommend you go check them out on Spotify. Blind Alley is a very cool track. I'm not going to play it because I keep getting dinged for copyright on my videos, so I'm going to refrain from doing that today. And you can see these are a lot of the old plugins that I had on a lot of this stuff. And so I just kind of left it, but just turned everything off. And I've got a little bit of reverb. I'm using Logic's Chroma Reverb for a medium-sized room, to get a little medium-sized room. And then I'm using Abbey Road plates for a large room. So I'm trying to recreate kind of the natural reverb that would happen in the recording studio, according to my research. So that's what I've done. All right, so let's get over here. And so for the vocals, I have got a couple of sends. I've got one over here, 21, to the J37 tape, which is what I'm going to use for a little bit of delay. And then I've got the UAD pure plate for the vocals. Now I specifically say this for the vocals because I really like how it sounds on the vocals, and I want to give it a little bit different sounding reverb from the room. I'm trying to kind of put myself in like the room of a session at Stax Records, if you will. And I think it's going to, give the vocals a little bit more zhuzh, as it were. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start with this Abbey Road's plate. Abbey Road's, the pure plate. And we are going to look for a large room, if we can find that. If not, I'm going to go to Abbey Road because that's what I want. I want rooms for this. All right, we may not be able to find this in a preset, but I always go to the presets first because this is the people who oh, that's interesting. Let's try this vocal shine. Let's see what this looks like. Let's check. We'll start here and we'll adjust some of these settings. So what I also really love about this pure plate is that oftentimes you have to put an EQ in front of the reverb and do a high pass filter. Well, look, it's right here for you. And up to 90 is great. That's great. Let's see. We're going to listen with the entire mix first. Pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a somewhere, and pretty sure that may not be exactly it. Let's do a little adjusting on this here. Yeah, I really do want a large plate. So let's see here. All right, we're going to start with the pre-delay. We're going to set around 20 to 40. Okay, and this is about good here. We want this wet dry mix to be set around 15 to 25. I'm gonna do right about here. We're gonna go ahead and push this up to, let's see if we can, now it's either 90 or 180. We're gonna try 180. Because we want to, yeah, we're going to do 180 because we're going to do that, the high pass filter 150 up to 200 hertz. So that's, I think, a pretty good place to start. And we may not keep this. Let's see what happens. Let's play this again. Pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow. Well, and pretty sure I think life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told. All right, we're going to do a little comparison. We're going to grab also, let's see what happens with this Abbey Road plate, because I really do want a plate on this. This is the Waves Abbey Road. I'm really starting to love this. This is kind of getting more and more to be my go-to. All right, so let's, and here's why, because we can just find a large plate. I know it's in here somewhere. Yeah, large plate. I knew it was. Okay, we're doing large plate. We're going to do decay. And I like this because you can mess around with the plate selector here. But we've clearly got a few things to mess around with. We're going to set this pre-delay around, we're going to do 35. We want it between 20 and 40. This damper, we're going to go, that's about right, 50 to 60%. We're going to leave it right there. Now here's what's kind of cool about this. This is the bass cut, and this goes from 10 up to 1,000. So I'm leaving it around 2 on this. Plus, it's giving you this little treble push as well. So that's where I'm going to start. And we're going to take this wet dry mix to about 20%. See where this starts. See how this feels. Okay, we already set that between.
Pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told.
Let's turn on the right one.
Has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful.
Yeah.
Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has some sorrow when, and pretty sure I think love is beautiful. Every story that's
All right. Well, pure plate it is. I just had the wrong. I had the wrong send up, but I like that. And also keeping in mind that I've also got a room reverb on the mix bus as well. Okay, so let's move on to the harmony bus, and I just want to.
pretty sure I think love is beautiful.
All right, I'm going to leave it on there. I like it. I mean, it's giving it a little something, a little more clarity or something, maybe. Uh-huh. Yes, 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 yes. Now this is something interesting. Whether we are going to do through the Reddit 17. We are not, because that is not what was used in Stax Records. Okay, well, let's get this party started. I'm first of all going to yeah, this was kind of thin. I needed a little help. Now, I think what I'm going to do for these harmonies is I'm going to use Wave's vocal writer on the individual tracks. Kind of do like a little parallel compression thing, but also what's really cool about it is that it's also kind of maintaining, bringing up those low levels of things that you can't hear. I'm pretty happy with the lead vocal. I don't think I need it on that, but we'll see. So first of all, we're going to do this. And then in this place, we're going to do the Waves vocal writer. Pow. Pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has its song where the land pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has its song where the land pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has its song where the land pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told. This low harmony's been bugging me. Alright, let's start by grabbing this. Let's get all these out of here first. Start from the top. Now here's a fun little trick too. You can hit your option button. I'm going to hit option, grab this and drag it over. It's got the same settings already, right? I don't think I need a de-esser. We'll see when we hit the chorus. I'm going to bring it over here, but I'm going to turn it. I don't think it needs to be as hard as the lead vocal. I have a weird thing with S's. I love to sing them and say them, but I have a weird kind of bite, so they're often very pronounced. All right, I'm going to grab this channel EQ because I want to go ahead and I want to do a high pass filter on this harm bus. And let's see what we got here. Pretty much just going to do almost the same as the lead vocal for these backing vocals. pretty much going to be the same idea, but we might roll off some of the 5K just a little bit on these vocals. Let's see what happens. And we're going to use I think we're going to use the same compressor. We're going to use the LA2A, and of course we're going to use the same tape setting. So let's see what we got. Pretty okay with that. So we got the sends here for the backing reverb. That's going to be I don't need that either. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this option and pull it over here for the backing vocals. We've got the same tape going on here. Let me just make sure that we got the same settings for the delay. Wonderful. Let's turn this on. Bam, bam. Let's see what happens. That's a lot. That's because I've got that running to... Oh, what just happened? Where's my... I grabbed both of these. Why'd I do that? I want the pure plate over here. I do believe. Option. Let's try that again. Why does it keep grabbing the... Anyway. That's bizarre. I wonder why. Pure plate. Thank you. That was weird. Also, so 18, let's also put you where you belong to the backing verb. Do-do-do-do-do. All right, that's better. I get a little heavy-handed on the reverb. Hey, DL. I'm mixing an original song called Don't Give Up. And I'm using Logic Pro as my DAW. I'm using a mixture of plugins from Waves and Universal Audio because my interface is the Apollo Twin from Universal Audio. So that's what we're using today. The pure plate that I just pulled over is from Universal Audio. The tape, the J37 tape, is from Waves. Now, here's a little secret to this too with Universal Audio. You have to be careful of, let me get this red line out of here. You can, my computer anyway, probably need more RAM, but I can use up a lot of DSP really fast. So I tend to focus on the vocals using those Universal Audio plugins like the Pultec EQP1A and the Mix Bus. Everything else I'm going to start using Waves now because it'll cause some issues down the line. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And I might go back and go ahead and grab the Waves equivalent to the Pultec EQP1A. That is by far my favorite EQ. It is incredibly powerful. You don't need to do much, and I keep having to remind myself because I tend to like want to push dials up, and go a little extreme. But sometimes you do have to go extreme to kind of hear, okay, what is this going to do? But what I've definitely learned is that the EQP1A is incredibly powerful. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with this right now. So we're going to keep going.
Pretty sure life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a.
All right, we're going to work on what I would consider to be the next most important instrument, and that is the bass. But first, I just want to check what is happening with the vocals on the bigger part of the song before we continue. And it's probably time to give my ears a break too. All right, already I know that I'm going to want to push those harms up on the outro. This is part of the process. You get the balance, you start doing the EQing and the compression, and then you have to go back and start nudging things around still. Already I can hear there's some, definitely some conflict with the vocal and the strings. But once again, this is just part of the process. I want to make sure that the vocals above all are sounding the way I want them to sound.
Please don't give it away right now.
I think I'm going to warm these up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to keep going. It could be that I'll pan those a little harder on that outro. I might pan the instrumentation a little harder, although it's panned pretty hard at the moment. Yeah, we'll just keep on going until we get it tweaked the way we want it to. Okay, let's check out the bass buzz. Ooh. This is the one, bass always. Well, I wouldn't say always. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do a side chain compression trick with the bass and the kick drum to create the space that I want for both of them to be pretty prevalent in this. So, all right, let's start with let's get this out of here. Although Bass Writer might be a really great thing to keep in here, honestly. This is a really cool plugin by Waves because especially, well, all right, let's start on the bus first. Let's see what we need. Let's start by giving this. We're going to go grab this NLS. Bink. We're going to just go to this R&B, and we're going to try the Neve 1073 here. And I want to go back to the quieter part of this song, just because my ears are already getting pretty tired. Come with me. You can do it. Not really sure why it's not playing.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on where the land's joy. Life is beautiful.
Not really sure what happened to my space bar.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song in the land. Story that's ever been told has a song on where the land's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on where the land's joy.
That's weird. I've just completely lost control of my space bar. It is no longer working. Okay. So I just want to make sure we're not losing any. This, that's annoying.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told. Life is beautiful. Every story.
I just want to make sure I'm not losing any volume.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's life is beautiful. Every story that life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told. Life is beautiful. Every story that's life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on where the land's joy. Life is beautiful. The land's joy.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't changing the tonality of the bass at all. So it wasn't, it's just my imagination. Okay, let's start with an EQ on this. And we're going to use right now, because like I said, I think I need to use something that is not the UAD. I used to have it in Waves, and I don't think I have it anymore. And I don't. This is in C major, I believe. I think. Sorry. Hi, DMV. I'm pretty sure it's in C, but I'm not positive. Actually, could be E minor. I'm the worst. Sorry. That is not my forte. Okay, so what we're going to do here is... Actually, we're going to go with, instead of this bus here, no, we're going to stay with that. And then we're going to use the Sheps 73, which is like the Neve 1073 here. I didn't mean to change that like that. Anyway. So this is the Waves Sheps 73. And again, I'm going to start at the presets. I always try the presets first, because sometimes it can save you a lot of time. And especially when it comes to bass, because this, for me anyway, I can stay here all day trying to figure this out.
Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on when the land's joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on when the land's joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told.
It's not bad. It's a little thumpy though.
The land's joy. Love is beautiful.
And often I like to use this Logic's linear EQ because, well, actually, I take that back. I shouldn't have gotten rid of that HEQ. This is a really great EQ plugin in looking at the frequencies, because you can do this freeze and peak hold. So
Love is beautiful. Every story.
So now I can see what's happening here. Like, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish with that? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and also put this on the kick bus, so I can see where they're sitting naturally and then start to separate them a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get the NLS. On there as well. We're going to go with the Neve. We've already got it here, so let's reset this. I just really want to see where this kick is hitting.
Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on when the land's joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song on when the land's joy.
have been a mistake to do that. We might just use this. Actually, we're going to use the, I'm going to go into Logic's EQ and use their vintage console. See what we can get out of here. Yeah, nothing here that I want to try. So let's see what else we got. I'm curious what this one's going to give us. I like this one. I think this was my favorite. That's my dog. My partner just came home. He's very happy. Yeah, nothing really here either. Okay, but let's see what happens.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful.
So I'm just getting some of the very, very, very low frequency.
Has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful.
Where's that kick hitting?
Story that's ever been told
Huh.
has a
Yeah, they're definitely fighting for space. Although, seems to be peaking around
life is beautiful.
60. The kick seems to want to hit around 40, 50.
Has a song when that's joy.
Yeah, they're fighting for the same frequency for sure.
Story that's ever been told.
All right, let's see what happens if we add.
That's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful.
Let's try giving this a little push around 100 first. We'll try cleaning it up with the other EQ.
When that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's
I'm liking the tone.
has a song when that's joy.
Let's try that.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story
All right, that's kind of nice. It's pushing it a little bit.
has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's
It's getting it away, getting it out of the kicks frequency a little bit better.
that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy. Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song when that's joy.
I still need to tighten that up somehow. I'm going to go ahead and grab this bass writer as well. Let's see if this helps smooth it out a little.
Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy.
A little bit, yeah.
Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story.
All right, well, it's a lot more work to do, but it's getting there. Let's grab this and put it down here. We still have a couple more things to try. Now, I'm going to go a little off script here, and I'm going to try this DBX 160. It was also used in a lot of soul music as well for bass. Generally, they would use the LA2A at Stax or the 1176. Both of which I used to have in Waves, but I don't anymore. So we're going to just try this DBX and see what we can do with it here. I like this DBX a lot, actually. So we're going to try putting this at about... let's see here.
Love is beautiful. Every story
See what happens when we do this.
ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful.
Might have to do a little parallel compression on this too.
Has a song where the ransom joy.
We'll try this vintage.
Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy.
Getting there.
Love is beautiful.
It's starting to tighten up.
Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy. Love is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told.
That's not bad. It's not quite there. I want it a little tighter, but it's getting there. All right, well, I'm going to have to hop off because I think my ears are done.
Every story that's ever been told has a song where the ransom joy.
Oh, nice. Tenor sax? That's so cool. C major, right on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, DMV or sax, DMV sax. That's what I'll call you. How about that? Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna sidechain the kick and the bass. I'm gonna have the bass stuck a little bit when the kick hits. I really just I'm trying. I want to get that tone from that Stax Records era, especially tighten it up to get a little more clarity around the instrument. So that's what I'm working on. And I will definitely continue. I used to have this Puig Child, and I guess I just don't have it anymore. Or do I? Let's see.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told has a song where the land's joy.
Yeah, no, I don't have it anymore. I'll have to get it back.
Every story that's ever been told.
Yeah, it's just a little too washy or something. So, and it could be. Let's see here. Could be that I've got this stereo panned, and I should just not stereo it so much. What is going on? Come on, controls. Hey. It's really being a pain today. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Is Mercury in retrograde? I don't know why it's not. You know what? We're going to try it like this. We're just going to do it like this. See if that helps. Yeah, I'm not really sure what is happening.
Life is beautiful. Every story that's ever been told. House has got my time. Run it over. Got a real story. It's beautiful. Every story that's ever been told.
All right, well, I'll be back to finish this up probably this week, Monday, maybe tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me tonight as I'm doing this mixing. I am recording and producing my own EP. This is one of the songs that I'm mixing to finish to release soon. And thanks for following me if you did and subscribing to my channel. Oh, right on, Sax TV. Right on. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Yeah, my ears are definitely fatiguing. I'm starting to not be able to really hear things well. But yeah, we'll work on the kick and the drum and side shade compression, which is a new concept for me. So good times. I will also be going live as I start to record some of these new songs. So I hope you'll join me. And thanks again for hanging out with me tonight and for subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Have a great weekend. All right. Bye, you guys.